I often marvel at the irony of being in meetings like this. I brought this paper with me to hand out. And shortly you'll see why I say this is a moment of irony. Because our keynote speaker tonight brought up the very topic that I addressed in this paper. You mentioned, where did you go there? 1971 is when you first showed up at the legislature. 1971 was the first time I began to work on the topics contained in this paper. I was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, picked up the newspaper one day, and I saw the advice column of the lady, what was her name?
Dear Abby.
Dear Abby, that's right.
Or Annie Leonard.
Yeah, this was Dear Abby. Someone had sent her a note and said, Dear Abby, what is the cause of homosexuality? Okay, how many of you remember that it was up until that point a preference? Remember the word preference? That's how it was described. What is your preference? Heterosexual, homosexual, etc. Right?
Right.
But Dear Abby said, oh, no. I think that it's caused by some physical factor. It is an orientation that cannot be avoided. 1971. As soon as I saw what she said, I knew that it would become an article of faith and, of course, science. Science would show us. Well, as I point out in this paper, science has showed us none of the sort. This letter was written to Governor Brown 2.5 years ago when legislation was being considered in California which would have made it illegal for anyone to help someone move out of a same-sex lifestyle. And it included literature, meetings, church beliefs and doctrine. It included the Bible. Many people felt it would rule out the Bible. So having heard that, I sat down and immediately wrote what I called 6 lies, 6 fabrications that we've been asked to believe in, told we must believe in, 6 of them. And this contains, therefore, a kind of condensation of many of the points that I've discovered over the last 50 years. 50 years. Did you count up half a century here?
I didn't want to.
Well, like her, I'm willing to own my past.
I am too. It just seems so
I
long.
turned 76 last week. Anyway,
as a youngster.
if you want to read about those 6 lies, I have some copies here for you, front and back. I just wanted to let you know that there are some specific things being claimed that are absolutely without value. And that's true not only of same-sex relationships, it's true of gender differences and so forth as well. Because I knew, and this is exactly what happened, once they claimed that orientations apply to same-sex behavior and identity, they would also do the same for gender identity. So, and our own legislature fell for these lies. It's been encoded in law here in Nevada by our legislature, most of this. So, is there anyone like a copy of this? You bet. 1971.
But did they fall for